welcome to day 133 on Daily Dose of Hope, and we have been on the subject resisting temptation. Now, we said yesterday that temptations happen to us all, and in the protocol of the Spirit, temptation precedes manifestation. There is a process to the promise in the kingdom. One of such processes is testing your resolve in standing for purity and righteousness. Remember, the Bible said the foundation of the Lord standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth those that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity. If certain condition presents itself that is favorable, it will amaze you how even leaders in church will yield to temptation. We said temptation itself is not a sin, but yielding to temptation is what makes it sin. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 that there's no temptation that overtakes us that is not common. But God is faithful not to tempt us beyond what we are able, but with the same temptation, God will make a way of escape. Why am I saying this? Every temptation presents itself on your level, and it gives you the capacity to prevail over it. In other words, God allows you to be tempted with what he has prepared you to overcome. God is faithful to not allow you to be tempted beyond your capacity. You are able to prevail. That's why the temptation is coming your way in the first place. And this is on the premise of God's faithfulness. And when the temptation comes, God will make a way of escape. Because even if the devil is the one that brings temptation, God controls the outcome. If a believer will yield himself to the dictates of the Spirit, he will overcome temptation 100 out of 100. There is no temptation that is not common. But God is faithful, and he will not allow you to be tempted beyond that which you are able. And within the auspices of the same temptation, God will create a way of escape. James chapter 4 verse 7 says, submit yourself to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. So the protocol of overcoming temptation is in our submission to God. Remember, when temptation presents itself, you are able to overcome it. And when we submit to God, the Bible says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So it is in our yieldedness and submission to God that we find capacity to prevail over and resist temptation. May God give us grace, because temptation happens to us all, and it's a timely subject, because for every temptation we yield to, there's something we have traded. And for every temptation we prevail over, there's something we have gained. Before there's a testimony, there's always a test. We'll not lose our reward. God bless you.